And good morning from Rosslare Europort as the overnight Irish ferries service from Pembroke is just backing in. And whilst I'd be keen to try Irish ferries, I'm back on Stena Line for this trip. Firstly because the sailing time of 07:30 fits much better, but also because I have a sail rail ticket that will get me from here in Ireland all the way home to Devon on one ticket for just £54.90, which I think is a pretty good deal. Right, well here's the terminal building, so hopefully I just need to show my train ticket and then I'll get a boarding pass. And yes, that worked just fine. So, not long to wait here before we board, but while we wait, let's have a quick check on the route. Rosslare is effectively in the southeast corner of Ireland, and we're going to go across to mainland UK and land at Fishguard in South Wales. We're due to leave Rosslare at 07:30, and once clear of the port we'll travel southeast to Fishguard, where we'll enter the harbour at Fishguard Bay. The approximate distance of the run is around 102 kilometres or 63 miles, and the Stena Europe will take 3 hours and 30 minutes to complete the voyage. And we're being called out to the bus. And I do like the system for luggage where you just chuck it in the back of the van and then the van makes the crossing with us. And we're all aboard the bus and off we go along the quayside and into our ferry for today, which is the Stena Europe, which was built way back in 1981 by the Götaverken shipyard in Sweden. Although it's had a fair few refits since then, she's been providing the service on this route since 2002. Right, I'll leave most of the passengers waiting for the lift, but it's a relatively short climb up to the passenger decks using the stairs. And carpeted stairs indicate we're almost there. So the most important thing right now, let's get up to the sun deck to watch our departure. And that's it, we're on our way to Wales, nudging slowly out of port. The MS Finwave is in port to run the Rosslare to Zeebrugge freight-only route. There's 3 sailings per week in each direction, and what with Brexit and all, I'm guessing that not only saves a drive across the UK, but also a heap of paperwork. And as we swing out to sea, it really is not the nicest of mornings. Mind you can detect a small roll in the ship as it completes the turn, as you can see here against the horizon. Now, all I've got to do is find somewhere away from this punishing wind so I can do the chatty chat bit. Welcome aboard Stena Europe. I'm holding on to my hat. Hold on to your hats, boys. Yeah, it's a bit blowy up on deck 10. But here we are, we're on Stena Europe and I'm going from Rosslare to Fishguard. And yeah, first time on this particular route. I'm interested to see how this one goes, as the first time I've been on, shall we say, a crossing where there's a bit of weather. So I'm going to step back inside, we'll go for a little wander around and maybe get some breakfast as well. As it's early and I've not had breakfast. I'll see you inside. Well, I'm jolly pleased to be back inside. That was pretty wet and windy. Luckily, I could hide behind those bulkheads. Well, it isn't a sparkling rundown of attractions, but let's press on and see what's on offer. We'll head past the Stena Plus Lounge and then go down to guest services and start exploring there. Well, I don't care whether they're comfortable or not because these wavy seats look great in my opinion. And I do like these light fittings too. Oh, and here's a schedule for those that are interested, showing we get 2 sailings a day in each direction. The ship also has a few cabins, which could be dead handy if you're on that 23:45 sailing. Honestly, I couldn't actually work out what Teen Town was. Maybe it's just some of the video games? I don't really know. There was also a movie lounge, but by modern standards the screen was quite small. However, the kids' undersea play area looked absolutely great. My kids would have been happy here for quite some time back in the day. The bar area was huge, and it seemed now to be dressed as the living room, which is the more chilled out area, which made it all the more incongruous for it to have a full-on stage. Although I do wonder when the last onboard entertainments team tripped those boards. Still, from up here you can clearly see that it's laid out as some kind of cabaret nightclub, but I'm not sure the current guests are in need of any entertainment. Crikey, it's still filthy weather out there. Anyway, moving on, here's the Metropolitan Grill, and it's spookily quiet. They have already said that the breakfasts are no longer available, and we're not that long into the crossing. Mind you, I think they've read the demand pretty well. I think I'll sit here for a bit. There's a pretty good view, and, well, there's some more funky light fittings as well. I've no idea why Batman and Robin are here, but I do approve. You know, this is like some of the shots people took during the pandemic. Where is everyone? Well, the flash in the distance is Strumblehead Lighthouse, which marks the approaches to Fishguard. So it's probably time we brave the weather again. So we're not far out now, maybe 20 minutes before we get into Fishguard. So how was it on the Stena Europe? What you've seen on the videos, what I've seen obviously, and it's quite a tired boat. There's a lot of flaking paint, and the internal decoration is not as smart as the other two Stenas that I've been on this channel, but the staff all very helpful and very, very quiet, isn't it? As I was wandering around the Met Bar, and it was just me taking some video that you've probably seen, and one guy pushing a broom around, it felt like I was in part of The Shining, that I was the guy looking after the hotel, and the other guy was just a figment of my imagination. But anyway, this is it. We're now cruising along just past the Welsh coast, and yeah, and I'll see you down on the quayside at Fishguard. And we can clearly see the harbour wall at Fishguard, so it isn't far now at all. And we turn pretty hard to starboard to enter the docks and get a lovely view of Fishguard Bay itself. We are called down to the reception area, where eventually we are asked to go down to the car deck where the transfer bus is waiting. Then it's back on the bus for the shortest ride ever from inside the ferry to the terminal and the railway station right next door. It feels a bit of a shame you can't walk it, really. Well, it'd be quite fun to sit here seeing your ferry come into dock, that's for sure. And is it a ferry waiting room, or is it a station waiting room? Oh, it's actually both. And here we are on the big long platform, no doubt designed for the past, when boat trains plied their trade all the way from here to London. Obviously these days it's much quieter, and the trains are generally much shorter, and sadly, much rarer too. I suppose this is what Stranraer used to look like, with the ferry docked up right against the railway station. So you come out of the ferry and there's the platform. Absolutely brilliant. Rail, sail, or at least sail then rail. You know, what a connection. Except, sorry, you've got 1 hour 50 to wait for the next train. Oh, so well, given that it's only 15 minutes walk down here to Fishguard, I thought, well, I'll spend some of this time usefully and have a little nosy around Fishguard, maybe even buy some lunch or something before the train and pick up my continuing journey actually at Fishguard station rather than at the harbour. I hope you enjoyed the ferry ride from Rosslare Europort into Fishguard, and if you did, then give it a like and maybe comment. Let me know what's your favourite ferry, and if I've not been on it, then maybe I'll give it a go. And yeah, if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do, because it gives you a chance to get notified of new videos, as I release a video every Friday with odd bonuses on a Monday. But anyway, in the meantime, from Fishguard Harbour, disappearing off into the distance and the red funnel of Stena Line, I bid you goodbye, and thanks very much for watching.